Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your market talk and stock watch list for the 14th of February. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets and some of the action from today. As you can see, the SPY did slowly move down into the close tonight. I saw Apple moving down into the close. Netflix was moving down into the close. So some selling on some of the top names going into the close on Amazon, Google also moving down into the close. Facebook moving down. This is a 5 minute after hours chart that you're looking at. So a little bit of profit taking going on in the markets. Let's go ahead and look at the SPY on the daily chart. So you can see we have this kind of indecisive candle here. We got up to about the high today was 275, 276 area for the SPY as we inch up closer to that 2800 on the SPX cash, 280 on the SPY that everybody's watching. We had a top here at 280, a top here at around 280. So slowly we're creeping up there, getting closer, but a little bit of a pullback into the close today on the SPY. As you can see here, volume on the SPY about 65 million shares as we remain underneath the 20 SMA on the moving average here for the volume. So, price is what pays, but volume, not slow, but we'll call it inadequate, all right, for lack of a better term here. Volumes remaining a little bit on the light side. Don't forget, on the 18th, this coming Monday, markets are closed. All markets are closed in the U.S. this coming Monday for President's Day, so there'll be no trading and a 3-day weekend coming up. Maybe some traders taking some profits ahead of that. 3-day weekend. So the markets today, the Dow Jones was up 118 points, the Nasdaq up about 6 points, the S&P 500 was plus 8 points. So the markets edged higher again. Quiet day, a lot of inside kind of candles on stocks. So we'll take a look at some of the indices. So oil, the ETF for oil was up over 1.5%. The marijuana ETF was up over 1.5%. Oil, light sweet crude oil today closed at $53.90, up about 1.5% on crude oil. The VIX got a little bit of buying today, up about a little more than 1% there on the VIX. The China stocks were up about a little under 1% for the day. TAN, the ETF for the solars, was up 0.75%. Robo up again today, about a little over 0.5%. The dollar moved up today. The UUP was up about 0.5%. To the downside, Nat Gas down almost 2.5, over 2.5% for the day. HACK, the hack, the cybersecurity ETF, down about 1% on the day. JNUG was down a little over 1% for the day. GLD was down fractionally for the day. So that's some of your indices that were down. Sector performance-wise, the XHB had a big move yesterday, so they pulled back fractionally today. The utilities were down fractionally today. To the upside, the XOP, the oil and gas exploration, up 2%. The XLE, the sector energy ETF, was up 1.25%, and everything else was up fractionally for the day. Some of the top stocks in the S&P 500, FCX, Freeport-McMoRan, a copper stock, was up almost 7% on the day. ATVI, after they reported earnings, up close to 7% for the day. Hilton was up almost 7% on the day. IPG up about 5% on the day. To the downside today, Dish Networks came out with earnings today. That was down almost 8% on the day. Trip was down 5.75%. CERN was down 3% for the day. As far as the dollar goes, this is the dollar index. It was up today as the dollar moves up. Usually gold moves down, and that's what happened today. GLD slightly down on the day. JNUG was down a little bit for the day. Underneath that 10 SMA on the daily chart here, underneath $11, it remains. Trying to hold above the 200 SMA for JNUG. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. INO fading off here in the after hours. They're doing a convertible note, senior notes offering on INO. NTAP came out with earnings. Earnings per share beat, revenue miss for NTAP. And that stock moving down in the after hours on NTAP. VNDA, earnings per share and revenue beat. VNDA, this stock moving up in the after hours tonight on that one. Fossil came out, earnings per share missed by 10 cents, revenue miss for FOSL. Fossil, that stock selling off. They're a footwear accessories maker and I think watches, right? Fossil watches. So that stock selling off in the after hours. HUBS came out with a mixed shelf in the after hours tonight. HUBS, that stock moving down. It's a software application stock moving down in the after hours on that mixed shelf. Yelp earnings came out. Earnings per share in line, revenue beat. They approved a 250 million share repurchase program for Yelp. Let's check that one out. So they popped it up after earnings came out, and it's holding up pretty well. Maybe one that I watch for tomorrow. YELP could be a nice earnings play. Looking for maybe some kind of continuation move here on YELP. Cisco earnings per share beat by 1 cent. Revenue in line on Cisco. This stock moving up in the after hours on Cisco. Let's see. They're also guiding their forecast higher on Cisco, and they're also doing a share repurchase for Cisco. That news coming out in the after hours. SPWR earnings per share beat, revenue miss on this solar stock SPWR. So this stock moving down. SunPower moving down in the after hours. Some other news that came out after the bell tonight as we scroll through. Sino, SINO, earnings per share miss, revenue beat, SINO. That stock popped up and holding some of the gains here. It's an under $1 name on Sino, SINO. CTL, earnings per share beat, revenue miss. CenturyLink, that stock moving down in the after hours. NUS, earnings per share, revenue beat. That stock also moving down in the after hours. AIG came out with earnings after the bell. That stock moving down in the after hours. Earnings per share beat there. AKER earnings per share miss. Let's see. We also had CTL, CenturyLink plans to cut their dividend on CTL, so that could be affecting that stock also in the after hours. ANDE earnings per share beat, revenue miss on that one. CF earnings per share and revenue miss. CF announces new 1 billion share repurchase authorization. Solo, the big winner today, moving up further in the after hours. We traded this in the service. I actually did a video on this. After I made that video, we traded it back over $3 for a nice gainer. I think we traded this stock 3 times today. SOLO, a real nice mover and still moving up in the after hours. WKHS, by the way, Solo is a Canadian company. They're making a 3-wheeled electric vehicle, or have a 3-wheeled electric vehicle. So I think it's about $15,000. So anyway, Solo having a real nice day. WKHS, they make electric trucks. This one was moving up in after hours also. So electric vehicle stocks moving up today. Cronus Group, CRON, 13G came out 5%. Chesapeake Partners Management, CRON. So that stock was moving up in the after hours, giving it back a little bit though. We had a block trade on Snap that came out in the after hours. And as far as some other news that came out, we had some top insider purchases. WKHS director purchased over 800,000 shares at 95 cents. Dish, we had an insider purchase there. Dish had earnings today. That stock took a hit, a tumble a little bit for Dish, but an inside purchase there. Meat also had an inside purchase on meat. That stock moving down in the after hours. BMY director purchased 540 shares on Bristol Myers on BMY. All right, so that's some of the news courtesy of the trade exchange. Some unusual call activity to report tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. Twitter call activity, Qualcomm, unusual call activity, NXPI, ASGN, BZUN, unusual call activity. To the put side, we had BWA, GNC, and EXTR, unusual put activity there. For calendar of events for tomorrow, the 14th, we do get some inflation gauge numbers coming out tomorrow. PPI at 8:30. We also get nat gas numbers coming out at 10:30 Eastern time. So pretty straightforward as far as the economic information for tomorrow. Friday is pretty straightforward. We do get at 9:15 industrial production, a little bit of Fed speak coming out, consumer sentiment, and that's about it for Friday. Remember, the markets are closed Monday the 18th for President's Day. For earnings tomorrow, we have a pretty big day in the morning. We get Coca-Cola, Waste Management coming out with earnings, WM symbol there. Yeti will be reporting earnings before the open tomorrow. NVIDIA reports earnings after the bell tomorrow night, NVDA. Applied Materials will be reporting earnings after the bell, AMAT, AMAT symbol there. So a couple of big earnings reports coming out after the bell on Thursday. For Friday before the bell, we get PepsiCo reporting earnings, John Deere, DE, and Yandex, YNDX for Yandex, YNDX for Yandex. I'll go ahead and take a quick look at the overnight futures. It's early in the session. It's about 10 minutes after 7 p.m. Eastern time, my time. Dow futures are up about 32 points. S&P futures are up about 3. NASDAQ futures are up 9 points in early trading in the futures session. Some stocks I'll be watching for tomorrow. Aurora Cannabis after their earnings report. Going to keep this one on watch for intraday plays for tomorrow on ACB. Another one that I'll be watching is AGRX. Popping up here, 2.6 million shares, was a high of 118 on AGRX, trying to turn the corner here, so this one will be on watch for tomorrow. BLNK, volume 1.5 million shares on Blink, has that $2.50 number up ahead. In the after hours, they did get it up over that number. A strong close here on Blink, BLNK, so this one will be on watch. BSTI moving up on 2.6 million shares. Looks interesting here. Maybe some kind of red to green move on this name. A nice steady climber today. An oil stock I'll be watching is CRC. This actually had unusual call activity in this name, CRC. We traded this in the room, taking out $19 today, moved up to about $19.50 on CRC, so I'll be watching this one for further moves. Cronus Group, always on watch every day. CRON, this one will be on watch for tomorrow. Don't forget, CGC also has earnings tomorrow after the bell, I believe it is, for CGC for the 14th. Double check me on that, though. So I'll be watching CGC tomorrow all day. CVE, another oil company that had a nice move up. 12 million shares traded in this name today. Nice candle, held most of the gains today, so CVE will be on watch. EKSO, a slow, steady climber here. The high today was $2.28 for EKSO, so I'll have this one on watch. RWLK had some news this morning. Big volume came into this one. This will also be on watch. Now, it's an under 50-cent name, so just be aware of that. You have a gap fill here up at around 43 cents or so. So maybe this one with this expanding volume wants to go. So those two are kind of in the same sector, that EKSO and RWL. IPI, an ag name that had a big, strong day today. Takeover chatter around this name. Intrepid Potash, maybe some kind of red to green move, intraday play on that one. KNDI, anything with electric vehicles was moving up today. KNDI, intraday, I don't really like to trade this one, but I can't ignore this candle. Volume was about 500,000 shares on that one. So NEO will be on watch also. NEO is battling to get over the 10 SMA. 10 SMA is 780 on this name. We closed at 749, so this one will be on watch tomorrow. Maybe if it can get back over this 755, 760 area for NEO, might get going. I'm going to be watching the OIH tomorrow and some components of the OIH as oil has been making a comeback. Schlumberger, Halliburton are some components. Rig is in the OIH, and I might even trade the OIH itself. BHGE, Baker Hughes, also in that sector, so this one will be on watch also. Another name I'll be watching is PTX. We traded this one. I'll attach the video of our trades that we did in PTX at the end of this video. Nice move up. We got a couple of trades in PTX today, so a nice winner. Ag name also, RKDA, was popping, got up to about this 550 area, then it pulled back. Nice strong candle though. 1.7 million shares in that name. Solo, now it's done all this in the after hours, so it definitely needs a day of rest, but going forward, maybe for the next week or so, keep SOLO on watch. Could get some pullbacks and moves up. Square, always on watch every day, battling at that $76 area on Square. TEL looks interesting here, TELL. I thought I saw some unusual call activity in TELL today, hit the newsroom, so that one trying to get up over the 10 SMA also, so that'll be on watch. UXIN, a China name, this one had 10.2 million shares traded in it, just under that $4 area. UXIN, a Chinese internet content information stock, perking up a little bit. VNDA, now this one has been beaten down to about $18. It's trading at $19.30. Maybe some shorts are caught in this VNDA. That'll be on watch. WKHS, electric truck maker, will be on watch for tomorrow. The XOP itself, another oil and exploration ETF. I'll be watching this one, maybe for a possible swing trade in that one. And Yelp, with that repurchase, share repurchase. Maybe this one wants to make a move tomorrow. Yelp. A few weeks back, there was some call activity in this. There is some chatter around YELP, so I'll keep it on watch. So that is Yelp. A couple other names I'll be watching tomorrow. We traded Roku twice today over this 50.05 area for a couple of nice trades. So I'll have Roku on watch again for tomorrow. I think I'd want it to clear 50-50 though on Roku, because now it's battling back and forth. So I want it to clear this area. So 50-50 on Roku for it to get up over that. To the short side, Facebook has been very weak lately. Maybe if Facebook breaks weeks around that 163.50 area, 163.75 for Facebook, a possible short in the name. It's been battling around this 200 SMA for that. Tesla seems like the competition is heating up in Tesla. Got down to this 306 area today on Tesla. So if we break these lows from today, maybe a short on TSLA, GM getting involved with electric vehicles. So this one will be on watch to the short side, Tesla. Now for the long side, it looks like it needs to get back above, 309, 310 area for TSLA. So I'll be watching that for plays on both sides. I think that's about it for the watch list. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. If you'd like to come try my swing trade service, it's $20 for your first month for the swing trade service. So you get 30 days to come check us out. If you'd like to try my all-inclusive day trading and swing trade service, which gets you access to the Novia room and also my screen share news. We have news service in the room. We also have my trade ideas, scans up, and we also have my charts up. So if you'd like to come check that out, that is $30 for 30 days. So $1 a day to come kick the tires and trade with me and the group over at zozostockwatch.com. The links will be down in the description box down below this video. Have a great night, everybody, and good day trading tomorrow, Thursday. Happy Valentine's Day to all the Valentine's Day folks out there.